What we doing?
Y'all know it takes a special track to do this. I'm Mama P's and Q's dripping sauce. It's just the fluid, it's the chef. I'm here to remind y'all I'm sick with it. My name is stuff that's hot, it's ubiquitous. Meaning it's one and the same, simple and plain. I'm all about my paper, the bacon, cheddar, and pain. I got these lanes running for the border. The talented Mr. Porter, keep it flowing like it's water. But here we go, there we go, creeping to a low speed. Is it him and his friend sitting in the nosebleeds? Play it cool, he ain't special just cause he's on TV. Everybody's hands up, acting like they know we.
Welcome to another episode of the Taste Music Here Food Podcast Show. I am your host, Ed Porter. This is the place for food, music, and culture and how they all connect. Today, we have some very special guests with an S in the building tonight. This is, it's a very, I like when things come together like super duper organically and natural, and how this all happened, the connection between myself and these two gentlemen was exactly that. So before we get started, I'm going to attempt to pay these gentlemen the proper flowers they deserve by this intro. So here we go. Where the streets meet the skillet and culture gets cooked low and slow, today's guests are stirring the pot in all the right ways. What started as a wedding favor became a bold brand that's now rewriting the rules of spice. A chef with punk rock roots and a fine dining backbone linked up with longtime friend and fellow flavor fanatic to bring us Here's the Deal Spice Company, where they are blending heritage, heat, and hustle straight out of Minnesota. From their crowd favorite 127 blend to a Midwest remix of Japanese togarashi, they're creating flavors that speak volumes, and community is always the main ingredient. Let's turn up the heat with the duo behind one of the most exciting spice movements in the game, Mr. Tom Dokman and Rehschuh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you guys are a super duper cool spice company. And I know that's kind of weird saying from Minnesota and spice, the two are like oxymorons.
Right.
Because everybody knows that it's usually ketchup is spicy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately it is. But, and here's the thing. So I was a fan of you guys before I met you guys. So we had ongoing jokes about how much of you guys spices I have in my pantry. That being said, this whole thing exists to speak to people like yourselves and you know, kind of draw the lines between all the things that make us us. So let's talk about, 127 and how it all came about to get to the point to where you could dish the day-to-day chef duds to the spice company.
Sure. So we specialize in premium organic spices, and we try to take our culinary background for 20 plus years and create a specific blend that can be used on just about anything, everything, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And that one came about I got married with Nicole, and we made a spice blend, and we made all the food with it. We also gave little favors away for everybody, and they all came there to support us, and we gave them a little something to take home and enjoy more of our celebration together. And people wanted more and more and more. And
I was one of those.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, what is this? I mean, any more?
And we realized that, there was something special about it. There's something more in depth and a higher education than just cooking. Like in my culinary background, I've never been taught about spices and the different flavor profiles or how good it can actually be.
Right.
And working throughout my career, doing different things with barbecue, doing different things with hotline or meat department, certain kinds of pressed meats, and the whole development of that. I just started writing down a bunch of recipes, things that I learned, things that I didn't know about, and then things that actually came to the plate to serve people, and people loved it, and how much they just enjoyed their moment or their celebration that they were at the restaurant with. And then we kept building 127 in the background, and realized there was a plateau in the career, and jumped ship and opened the spice company
There you go.
just off of one blend.
That You only listen. You only have to be right once. That's what a lot of people understand. You have to
a
be
good point.
just one time. Just one time. And then, so tell me about you guys. How far you guys go back, and what made this a journey that you had to get your guy
Sure.
on board with you.
Yeah, I mean, we worked at Travail together. I started there in 2012, I think, right around there.
Okay.
And I think Tom started probably like 2014.
End of 2014, 2015. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of like grew a relationship there. It was kind of a cutthroat type of kitchen, so you didn't really get to like really build too many friendships. It was just more of work straight up.
Right.
And yeah, just kind of throughout the years, just kind of kept in touch. And then he started the company up, and he's like, "Hey, if you ever want to help out or anything," and here we are today. So
There you go.
yeah, just keep on rolling, making good stuff.
So when the idea hatched, so you knew you had something with 127. That's the day that you got married. That's the day you got
January
married,
27th.
which is super cool. When you knew you had something, but then it had to come into play. Okay, like, is this going to play in Minnesota? Right. So not that this is home base, so we got to kick it off here.
Sure.
Right? So how do we make these things approachable? Because I can tell you as a chef that opened up a restaurant here I'm from New York, those conversations were had when we developed menus. Like, okay, there's certain things we can do, certain things we can't do, and certain things we have to do. And in order to make things as approachable as possible, we tone down on some things and balance is key. But did that come into play at all?
Yes and no. So I think with the 127, it was like a pretty big base of key flavors and also things that really been blended into like my childhood and growing up. And I got grandparents were 100% Irish, 100% Italian, and then like Polish and Croatian. So there was always these flavors that were always in our kitchens at all times, and that has like a little interesting kind of like a Italian blend backer to it. So the herbs that are in there are rosemary, basil, thyme, and then those help kind of comfort out the savoriness.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's a really nice comfort blend.
And that's the first one that I tried, and that was the gateway for me. So like like I tried that. I'm like, okay, let's get. Well, the no-brainers are all the straight spices. So like, okay,
yeah.
Get the cinnamon, and okay, this is really good cinnamon. But the blends, I think, are super cool because they are, again, straightforward, but they're the best of what you can get, and they're interchangeable. I think that's the coolest thing about them. So like even the novice could use that as
Exactly.
period or as a base and then build upon that too.
Yeah.
So
And that's how we like to kind of sell it too.
Absolutely.
Like as far as, how am I going to use this when I get home? Everybody that comes up and buys a spice is like, what am I going to do with this? And it's that's our job, is to make it easy for you and like really like give you something that you can just catapult off of.
Yeah,
If
very
it's
cool.
just that, then it's great. But if you want to, add more and more,
absolutely.
then, yeah, it just keeps on getting better. So
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play a little game.
Oh, great.
All right. So we're gonna play a little game that we call here. One's gotta go.
Sure.
Very simple. I'm gonna ask you give you a couple of options, and you have to eliminate one forever. One's gotta go bye-bye.
I can do that.
You ready?
I
You guys ready for that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, cool. All right, so here is one's gotta go. All right. Very simply, as a chef, this is what we got. We got there we go. Salt, heat, acid, fat. One's gotta go.
Fat.
Fat.
Is that, are you talking spices? Are you talking
I'm just
food?
talking period. If you had to cannibalize one of these things from cooking from here to
Oh,
eternity,
yeah,
you're gonna
not fat, no.
you kill the
That was a
the vehicle
horrible
for flavor.
answer.
Okay. All right. So
I wasn't clear. Yeah.
okay.
No.
One's gotta go.
Um,
Which one? And you both get an option.
Sure.
So
I'll take salt
we'll take salt.
for sure.
Okay.
That's what I was leaning towards as well.
Okay.
You can get that. Yeah.
I would go heat. And the reason being, everybody's had some food that at least was salted well, But
Right.
but you got to have the fat. The acid is a must. It's
For
a
sure.
must. It's a
100%.
guaranteed must. If I had to cannibalize one of those things, it would be heat. So why did you choose salt? I'm curious.
Just through the background of learning about our spices and just other cultures and how to make food.
Mhm.
There's so much salt in other ingredients, and you can almost like interpret and change the flavor profile of certain things with just spices alone.
So yeah, you can almost mimic the reactions of salt.
Sure.
Especially
without-
with the
without-
addition of acid of something.
For sure.
You know,
For sure. Very sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's these things that we learn through the spices.
Why to me, but why to you guys? Why is acid a must? Why do you think? Again, you just stated it
Yeah.
because of the lack of stuff. You had to omit salt. Acid is one of those things that you can kind of manipulate
Yeah, exactly.
with other things to make salt
Right.
not be
I feel
missing.
like it can be added in such a way that you don't notice that it's even there, but it adds something that you just, it's something that just pops and gives such a like wide range of flavor profiles that just kind of helps out everything.
That's actually a good point too, because the one thing that's not heavily in your spices is a ton of salt anyway. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we fall into the low salt.
yeah,
category.
you're
Yeah.
low sodium for sure because normally it's a good 75-85% salt
100%. Yeah.
in most blends.
Yeah. We can add more spice and have a more concentrated spice blend, or any kind of sort of that. But everybody has salt at home. They have sea salt. They have kosher salt. You can do lime juice. You can do soy sauce. You can do Worcestershire. You can do hot sauce. There's so many things or cheese. They all add a salt content to it. Where, let that be up to the provider who's making their food for their family.
Absolutely. So, like we talked about, I think, food and music are usually paired together like seamlessly all the time. There's always, you go to any restaurant from here to Timbuktu and there's something playing because it gets weird when people have to hear their own thoughts. That's just what it is, right?
It can
So-
make it or break.
Yeah.
Any night, that's for sure.
It damn well can. So speak to me about in your guys' life, what is the playlist that is going on to do your daily things? Like, so when you're in the kitchen, you're creating spices, is there a specific playlist? Does it go with the flavors of the blends you're making? Are we are we raging when we doing something
That's a
spicy?
good
Or what?
question.
I'm just saying, like for me, music is the ultimate mood shifter. For whatever you want to feel like, there's a song to go with it, and a food usually too. So
For sure. I know sometimes we'll do, if we're like doing a catering, or if they're doing the 127, we'll do like Italian podcast music, or Italian cooking, I think it's called. The Hey Mambo.
Yeah.
That sounds
Okay.
pretty good in the background. But I don't specialize in a lot of
Yeah.
music. Ross is my music guy. He does all the music, does the speaker, puts in the right place, makes
There
sure
we go.
everything hits.
you got to hit. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a vibe, so
Yeah. So, I mean, usually like day to day in the kitchen. So it just kind of depends, you feel different vibes, different days. So, whether it's like a cool coffee house playlist one day or raging out to 90s like club hits.
Okay.
Like literally 3 days ago, it's like, let's just blast it. And we were the only two in the kitchen, just really like getting a good kind of groove and vibe of just the whole thing. So,
Okay, Ross. If you could pair one of the blends with a song or an album, what would it be?
Yeah,
First off, what's your favorite blend currently? I know it's like
Favorite
picking a child. I get it. We all have our favorites though.
I would probably go with either the taco.
No, either. It's one.
All right. So, all right. It's like picking a child.
Yeah, I
You know,
get it. I get it.
it's
We
difficult.
won't tell anybody, just the rest of these people.
Yeah, I got to go with taco. It's so we created that one really with like basic roots kind of tied with it. Like,
Okay.
what would they do where tacos were originated? Like, mortar and pestle type of that type of like getting down to the roots of it. And so we, sourced a special grinder that took 1.5 years to get here from Denmark, and, creating our own chili powder versus like buying one. So we tasted 38 chilies one day and literally couldn't feel my mouth for the next week.
It's always good.
But it really gives you that kind of education for yourself. So then you can really give it to everybody else, where like you come up to us at a fair or whatever and ask us about something, we're going to give you all the information that we possibly know about the sourcing of those products and that. So that one's really special to me.
Okay.
It's very versatile.
So album or song to go with the topic?
So song would probably be, man, that's really like tying it down. I would probably do the chef movie soundtrack along with that one.
Okay.
So John Favreau.
It's a great movie, by the way.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that actually got me back into cooking.
They got that one right. So we've all seen the movies, the restaurant movies, and like we don't do that.
Yeah,
like that's not how it's done. Like nobody does that. Like, but this one got it right.
They really like kind of took it to the roots.
Oh, they had Roy Choi was the
exactly. It's like.
Yeah, he kept it. He made sure that it was done right. So that's one of my favorite ones
for sure.
It's one of my favorite movies for sure. Okay, that's a great answer. Great answer. All right, so let's talk about culture. So the unique thing about spice. So spice has a history globally as far as being like the representative of regions, people, and spaces based on spices. At one point in time, it was currency. Right, so this was only the rich and wealthy had access to spices.
Right,
and
overseas to trains, planes.
Absolutely. So, talk to me about the togarashi specifically, because that's a Japanese, but this has a Midwest twist to it for sure.
Yeah. So working at Travail, I met a couple really good people. Dong was one of them. He's from Vietnam. Josh Disher, really good guy, also from the islands.
That's also the name of the money in Vietnam, Dong. Yeah. Like, it really is.
He is a true person. And
true.
We would used to make pho constantly, and he would teach me the way his mom would teach him, and just never educated myself on that cuisine or really fully diving in. Never worked at a place that would actually showcase like the premium that they can do and how simple ingredients, but how it develops over time in cooking. So I picked up togarashi education from Travail and just kind of seeing how they use it, what they use it on. And then, I was like, it's super unique. I don't know much, so I'm going to educate myself, and then I'm going to pass that education on to the Midwest. And we were like, Thai bird chili. That's not the Midwest flavor profile.
Not at all.
So we changed it up. We added more citrus peel. So we actually hand peel, dehydrate all the oranges ourselves. Each jar gets about 4 oranges per jar, which is heavier on the citrus side, but very fresh, very fragrant. And then we lowered it down to a red pepper flake. Still pretty hot for Minnesota, but it's good introduction of what it could be and how it develops.
Yeah, and it's a nice round flavor too. Like it's
right.
I put it on potato chips.
Nice.
You fry some fresh potato chips. That's a hit.
Oh yeah,
that's a hit right there. Yeah. So tell me how you balance tradition, authenticity, and being able to introduce those types of new flavor profiles to a local audience. And then, let's be frank, like we're not just selling to Minnesotans now. We're everywhere.
We're across the state. Coast to coast. We ship all over.
Well, actually,
and Brazil. I sold a couple 127s to a gentleman in Brazil, which is just last night, which is pretty fun. Very cool. We might just open
going international. Baby.
Listen, look, you got to do it. You know what's coming next, right? You got to. So. Just think about all the Brazilian steakhouses that's going to be
for sure.
I'm just saying.
All they need is one jar.
That's it. It's the gateway drug.
All you need is one jar.
It's the gateway drug. So the first one's on me. Actually, I'll sit into it. So
thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk. How do you when again I think when you set out to do things the way you're doing it, you were kind of tailor making it for a certain palate, right? But what you ended up doing, though, to be honest, is you created your own version of certain things to fit not to fit actually to it's its own class now. So, honestly, so there's a certain lane that you carved out for yourself by doing what you did, whether you know it or not. This is that flavor profile. I've had tons of Togarashi. That's its own thing. That's
Well, thank you for saying that.
It's its
It's
own
good.
thing.
It's good to hear. It's we're always developing. We're always trying stuff out. I think it's pretty much honoring the culinary background and the culinary training and the different jobs and different menu items to really kind of like celebrate that and put all that education into one jar or one flavor or one region of the world. So taco, we try to figure out everything that Mexico exports to the world and how do we make a blend out of that. And then like Ross was saying, like mortar and pestle, that's how they normally grind stuff down to use it in their day-to-day. And that grinder that we bought is the closest thing that we can do it. Very traditional.
Right.
It's pretty
No
much
donkey in the back with a
well,
big stone.
More like my shoulders burning.
we hand ground the first 100 pounds, and
It's crazy.
that was the last time.
It's free gym.
Yeah.
Free gym.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
All right, so
we earned our stripes for that.
absolutely. So in essence, you put not only the knowledge base of in reverence for the spices and the cultures, but also all your experience is in each bottle.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
100%.
And I like to say that
It's a good melding of.
oh, absolutely. In my humble opinion, I believe that so food and music, first off, are the two easiest ways to immerse yourself in any culture. But I believe that they're going to be the catalyst or the vehicles to end all of the biases that we have in the world. Because in my personal belief, if you have a reverence for the art and then you have a reverence for the people, it's hard for biases to live in that realm.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So you doing all the studying you did for like the taco slice.
Yeah.
That you have to have a reverence for the people
Gotta pay respect.
and what they did, and so biases cannot exist in that realm. They just can't.
Mhm.
The problem is even the biggest fascists in the world, 2 times of the day that they're not thinking about segregation is usually with their stomach and with their ears, right? So they eat food from all over the world, but they just don't have a reverence or tie it to an actual person when they're eating these things. And so this is actually a good education to enter a culture, and it's the gateway drug again. I think you go down the rabbit hole when like, you know what, let me look at Tagarashis and what they're typically used and what they are and all the different things. And I think it's a cool thing that you can give all of that info and knowledge in just a small bottle. And that's so cool. You guys are chefs, so let's talk about let's give the pink elephant a name in the room. Okay, give me you guys' absolute worst shift day. When did that like? Okay, you know what? This is something. We all have them. I can fill this room. I can fill this building up with stories
right now.
Yeah, exactly. Give me what is the absolute worst day that you've had on the line? What does that look like? You can leave names out if you want to. I personally don't give a damn.
Well, I think I'll take this one because I almost went to the hospital. Working at Travail, work in meat department and also hotline at the same time. So at the beginning of the shift, throughout the prep, we're downstairs, and we come upstairs to then work a station and kind of entertain everybody. And I didn't know this at the time, but I was allergic to shellfish. I've had shellfish. I've had shellfish in the past. I've had all the soft shell crab, sandwiches. I've had the lobster. I've had the oysters, mussels, my favorite. And something changed somewhere in my lifestyle and or whatever. And I opened a freezer door to grab out the lobster bowl, and instantly lost all my motor skills. Started sweating. Couldn't talk. Couldn't explain what was going on. Getting just pouring out sweat, and I had to leave the hotline, abandoned, and tapped the owner and said, "Gotta go." And I was in the dish pit, on the ground, wondering what's gonna happen next.
Right.
And I got some Benadryl and went back to work about 2 hours later.
Yeah, because you're a masochist. That's what we do.
Why not?
Yeah. I listen. I get it. So okay, because I've done this before too. When's the next time you tried to eat shellfish? You tried to do it again. You did. You're lying. You did.
Not
you
that time.
Not that
the time before. I ate at Crave and I had salmon with roe on top.
Okay.
And I believe that night I had a seizure and passed out in the bathroom.
Oh, so yeah.
And then I went back to Crave the next day and ate it without the fish eggs, and I was fine. So I gave it about 24 hours.
Really rolling the dice there.
Yeah.
I was like, it had to be the
Like-
fish eggs. The only thing that I
If
haven't
it
had.
wasn't the roe, then
All right, so it's not just shellfish. Like,
I think there's it's also finfish and swimming fish, I guess.
damn. Yeah, so I narrow mine down through trial and error because
boy.
I'm a smart guy. Down to crustaceans. Yeah, like so I can eat mussels, clams, oysters. I can do those all day. But shrimp, lobster, scallops, crab, and undercooked eggplant has the same effect.
Oh, boy.
Actually, how I know that one has the same effect. And yeah, I'm talking like Will Smith and Hitch. Like, it's bad. Like, there's death on the other side of that. How about yourself, Russ? What's the?
I mean, obviously nothing is traumatized.
Yeah. I mean, you should have went first, bro.
Almost dying.
Yeah. Oh no,
guess
no,
you got
no.
this
But he
all
just
down.
chucked some Benadryl and went back to work.
Yeah. I was still prepping. It's fine. No big deal. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to like narrow down one specific, but
You can.
there was a night where it was kind of a ticket centric type of situation, and the ticket printer
It's a nice
would
way to
not
say it.
stop.
It's a nice way to say take it centric.
And I think at one point it was like 60 untouched tickets
Mm.
that were just there, and it was just kind of a nightmare situation, just drowning in prep, having to prep in the basement, when everything was running out. So yeah, I mean, that's
Is there a greater feeling than the last ticket? Like, especially in a night like that. I don't
That's
care
the
how
whole
long it took to get there. There's no greater feeling.
well, yeah, that's the whole thing, like persevering and like literally like pushing through, like I am not going to stop. Similar to Tom taking his Benadryl, like it's the mentality that we have of we're not going to finish until the job's done.
Yeah.
Or, at least completed to what we think it is. But yeah, those nights where it's like you're pouring that first beer for yourself after your shift and just can reflect. It's like,
Yeah, it's insane. So
Man.
that is the one part of the business that no cooking show has grasped. Like there's this
the grind.
Yeah,
It's just the grind.
that grind. But here's the other thing: the muster, the gall to come back tomorrow and do that same shit all over again.
Yeah, it's almost addicting.
It is.
You're like,
Yeah,
I can do this.
Yeah,
I'm going to prove to you I can
yeah.
do this.
And I'm gonna-
that's what
yeah,
I
and I'm
don't
gonna
need sleep.
Yeah.
I don't need sleep.
yeah, I don't need sleep. I'm gonna
Good.
live off of now iced coffee, cause just cold coffee,
Yeah.
and deli cup after deli cup of coffee, and then whatever I can get close to the
Runs to
soda machine.
Walgreens across the street.
Absolutely. That's the it takes a special, I always say it takes a special type of person to do what it is that we do, and to keep doing it. And it's a game of golf. I said to myself, like, I always look after it though. Like, when it was happening, I never thought about this shit, but the fact of I was just trying to one up myself every day, like especially after the hard days.
Yeah.
Like I want to turn this hard day into a good day.
Yeah, you have the worst prep day of your life. You're like,
Absolutely.
that's not going to happen today.
I'll take this check this shit out. So this must have happened, I want to say 97. So in Aquavit, New York is it's built in a historical building, so you couldn't do much to the retrofitting of the building. It wouldn't, it's a landmark. And it was a heat wave that summer, and the ansel went off like at 4:00, right before service, pre-theater. This is prime summer, right?
Yeah.
All the scenes are happening.
You're drowning already.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I don't know if anybody's ever been in the kitchen when the ansel dust goes off. Well, that shit's it's like sand. You never
No
go to the
cleaning.
beach.
There's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
cleaning that.
Yeah, there's no cleaning. This shit's everywhere, and
Yeah.
you haven't seen this. Go home, bust open a container of baby powder in your house, and then that's as close as you can get to it. Except there's like 90 nozzles.
Yeah.
So that shit went off. Do you know that we opened the kitchen in 3 hours? That was insane.
That's not
you know,
right.
with I don't know what food because everything got covered. So it was like that was an insane moment. That was the by far like, okay, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
And that's like expectation that
Yeah.
that's installed in you. Like,
Yeah.
well, clean it up. Let's
Clean it.
go. Like, I'll get a bucket. Let's go.
That was the one day I'm like,
Right.
I think I'm gonna go to school with something else. It's one of those days, man.
Rethink this.
But the reason why I stated that because that same mindset you pour into what you do every day. So like we was talking before off camera about the amount of hours and the stick-to-itiveness that you have to take anything from a thought to fruition, and you carry that into what you're doing today. So had you not gone through that type of war,
Right.
you know, you're better equipped than the average person is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
So that, you know, kudos to that. So thank God for the stripes and the burns and the slices and the near-death experiences with
Appreciate it.
with the ingestion of lobster jus. Let's talk about again. In which ways do you or are you thinking about how with the spice company that you are actually forging a bridge between cultures, not only in you know in the states that you're dealing in, but in everybody's home. So like you are basically you have the opportunity to, when you're doing it, whether you know it or not, you are now creating relationships with people in food and people with other people in their family through the use of certain spices and things that are outside of their comfort zone. So even if they've never, like the geek in me, I want to look at and see every spice in the 127. That's just how I'm built. You know, because I think most chefs are that way. I want to know.
Yeah.
Right? The novice is going to pick out the 2 or 3 things that stand out to them, and then they're gonna think that, okay, now I love these 3 things, and now that's their go-to. So in a sense, they have a relationship with that spice because of that connection. Was that a purposeful thing, or is that just one of those happy little accidents?
I think, kind of reflecting on the past 5 years that we've been open and what we've done and our backgrounds and our family life, like our love language is food, as you mentioned, like food, art, and music. You can break down any barrier, any language, education, anything like that. It's always everybody can talk to somebody else through food and showcase it. And like the different ingredients, that was just kind of a one-off, but it's just that complicated detail of scratch cooking and what's the best. And if it's worth doing it, do it right.
Right.
And if it was easy, everybody would do it. So why not make it, use our techniques that we've learned along the way, and also make sure that people are sitting down and having dinner with their friends and family. Entertain them. After work, how was your day at work? Oh, it was long. We'll eat this great food that we made. And then we're just kind of that dusting on top, or that flavor profile that kind of gets the conversation going, and
gives you that nostalgia too. It gives you that kind of core memory of eating with your family.
That's the main ingredient, though.
Yeah,
that is the ultimate main ingredient.
Yeah,
it really is. It's like there's a love ingredient. You bottled love, right? So there's a love for everything that you do, and you put that in every bottle, and then it translates because of the care that was taken. So I don't have to think about it. The novice doesn't have to think about. They can just use it at their will, and then it permeates into everybody that they serve. And I just think it's a nice little rejuvenation wheel of thinking that it's one of those things that instant gratification. This is one of those things, especially when you guys do the trade shows and when you did the state fair, and that's like it's an instant thing. Like you can in real time see people's reactions, and that has to be invigorating as well.
Yeah. And then every conversation we have with anybody who comes to our booth or interested or looks at it, we were talking earlier today, it's almost like an intimate conversation. Like, what do you like to eat?
Yeah.
What are your allergies or restrictions? What do you have in your fridge tonight? What are you going to make? What are you buying? And then educate them like, hey, this is what I would recommend, or maybe give this a smell. So we use aromatic jars so people can smell it. And nostalgic, like it'll bring you back to grandma's house. It'll bring you back to summers in Florida. Like there's something about the aromatic and all the different sensories of spices that can bring you to a place of joy, and then you eat it. Like it's
I always say that first off, that's why when you go to open house, they're baking cookies.
sure
Exactly.
This is all. It's all psychological.
Yeah.
You know, it's warfare. You didn't know you was in this war. And I always say in our line of work, and even in music, we're just trying to recall a favorable memory or create a new one. And if you've done that, you won.
Yep.
Because when
I like that.
it's very true. Because we've all had meals where you can't remember anything about it. Nothing bad,
Yeah.
nothing good, but nothing
Right.
memorable, which is not really a good meal. When you hit on something where it either hits a chord to where it's something that is emotional, or it created a new one, like, you know what, you gotta go have this pasta. Like this is I don't know what it is. And so you get to a point to where a person has to convince themselves why not to like it. They don't even know why. They have to give it, and that's a whole different thing. That's a raving fan. When you tap into something emotional, that's the win. Because like, I don't even know why.
Yeah.
That's so ironically, that's what you hit with 127. So when people would just like, I don't even know what this is. It says it's a wedding favor. I just put this on everything in my house except cereal. I'm out of it. I need more. And that's that emotional tie is what, like, that's what did it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's the win. I think that's the ultimate win. All right. This entire venture for you, where you are versus where you started, and then where you're trying to go. What do you think? What does the future look like for Here's the deal?
Well, I can start and you can jump in.
Yeah.
Started with just trying to figure out our own company, still involved in food, still being able to make food at home and educate. Like we're now out of the back of the kitchen. I can be in front of people. I'm now like the server. I'm now the presenter of what you can do and how to do it, and kind of teach people different preparations, techniques. And then what was I going to say with that? Just kind of like we started with 4 spices. Started at this large trade show. Thought we were going to make it big. No one's ever heard of us. Started moving along that way, doing some farmers markets. COVID hit, shut us down. But we got picked up by a couple key factors along the way that actually helped us build into more of an item that's now featured, never been done before, never really been showcased in this direction, and really believed in what we were doing. Then hanging out with Ross during COVID, and we wouldn't be here today without Ross. Like he knows food, he knows flavor, he knows education, he knows how to read people, he knows everything, and he really keeps me in track and in the right lane at the right time. So the company wouldn't be where it was without Ross, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Definitely helps me zero in on different flavor profiles. Does that make sense? How much are we going to put in there? Well, does it need to be in there? Or do you just need to put it in there?
Right.
Like,
Self-editing.
Yeah.
I've learned that self-editing.
Bro, listen, that is the most important thing.
It's incredible.
That is a great factor. When I was making this album behind me, we had a meeting, and the meeting was about unnecessary ingredients. Like, so no unnecessary ingredients, and that includes people, places, and things. If it doesn't belong, don't put it in. And that self-editing is probably the most important thing.
It's difficult.
Yes.
Even for myself. I mean, but I at least become aware and like trying to like, especially with the spices. I mean,
Yeah.
It's hard not to put 35 ingredients in a
Yeah,
spice
because you
blend.
can, because it's at your fingertips.
It's like,
it's all here. I'm looking
throw
at
some of this,
it.
throw some of that, throw some of this, and it's like, well, hold on.
Restraint.
Yeah,
Restraint.
exactly.
So the skill set is in the restraint. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. But at the end of the day, I think the best things we've ever had in life. Think about the single best things you've ever had in life. 5 ingredients or less.
Yep.
Like literally the best things are super simple. It's just the best of those 5 ingredients.
Yep.
And then of course, knowledge of preparation. So if that could be another ingredient, I get it. I'll let it fly. But and then when there is ingredients, if you have something that's in there that's more than that, there's reasons for it. So there's like everybody's playing a supporting role. And sometimes the star is not the star. We've all had dishes or made dishes where like typically people think that the protein is the star. We made this, it's not even about the protein at all. Like that's just a carrier.
Exactly.
Period. It's really about that sauce. And if you take that sauce out, the dish is a dud. So, and that's
try the sauce, please.
Try the sauce. Yeah, like I drink this every
Why
day.
are
You
you
have
leaving
no
that?
idea. This is like a 16-hour demi in it. You have no idea. This is what it's about. So
Yep.
that's restraint is that's a great thing. So how about you? What do you see the future of the company going?
Future. So I mean, just growth. I mean, from where we've come to where we're at right now, I mean, we're starting to kind of enter the education realm a little bit more. We did a few Zoom kind of cooking classes during COVID just to kind of keep it afloat. And that kind of sparked something in us that was like, all right, we can kind of keep this on the back burner. You know, now we're just trying to get as much as we possibly can out there. But now that we're kind of growing into that 5 years, it's kind of morphing into an education while providing just kind of, like you said, like a culture. Like it really kind of gives.
Absolutely.
We're trying to just get the best possible products out to people. Just to give it a whirl, try it out for yourself, then you can decide.
Absolutely.
We believe kind of has the sky's the limit for us. So, yeah, I mean, kind of taking over that education type of realm and hopefully someday a brick and mortar, and then we can do our own thing. And
Absolutely. So I'm going to put this, and you guys haven't said it, but I'm going to say it for you. So if you were to go out and to single-handedly buy all the spices that are in the 127 blend, you'd go broke. So, and that's fact. So
100%.
if you buy the quality of the spices that are in that jar.
Yeah, when you say you can make it at home, you can't.
Yeah, you
make it at
can't.
home.
You really can't. You could. You would go broke doing it, and that'd be the only thing you have in your
$200
house.
for one spice bottle.
No fridge, no stove, no sofa, just spices.
Yeah.
That's what you would have.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. So it's that also needs to be said, I think, more often, because again, they're the best of what you can get for each category, and then blended to fit a certain flavor profile. But in order for you to get that, to make that on your own, which you cannot, it would take an astronomical amount of raw ingredient to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like nobody's smashing or dehydrating 4 orange peels. That's not happening. Nobody's doing that. It's just, the level, the barrier to entry is high, is what I really want to say.
Yeah.
So kudos to that. All right. Before I let you guys go, we're going to play another little game just because.
I feel like we're a little bit more ready for it on this time.
I think so. I think this one,
you know the
can't.
rules?
You can't. This
We're
one,
gonna find out.
this one you can't lose. So this is a lightning round, okay? So in this one, it's just a quick fire round. I'm gonna ask you a phrase or question, and you got to give me the first thing that pops into your mind, and we're going to go back and forth with this, okay? All right. It's a lightning round. Okay, I'm gonna start with you, Ross.
All right.
Favorite comfort food?
Pasta.
Any pasta?
Spaghetti and meatballs. I mean, that's what wins me over. Good spaghetti and meatballs.
That's
all day long.
That's a great one.
Yep.
All right, Tom.
Saltines.
Just
Straight up dry saltines.
straight, dry, choke on life saltines.
Hey, if I need a hug and no one's around, that sleeve of saltines is gonna be my friend.
You know what? Okay, I can admit to this. So, in this, I've never said this out loud to anyone before. Everybody else, close your ears. All right, so something about saltines and tea. So I love tea, and I do my tea like ice cream though. So it's like sugar and cream, right? But and this is gonna sound disgusting, but I soaked the saltines in the tea.
Hey.
It's delicious. I don't know.
Try that out.
Nah, it's really good. It's really good.
Let's get some going.
It's really good. Anyway, that sounds horrible. Most underrated spice, Tom.
I'd say clove. We got some gnarly cloves in our kitchen, and when we grind them, it smells like chocolate. Like there's a difference between the clove.
We're not talking about regular cloves though. This is it's not,
Yeah. There's a difference between the clove that you grew up with that made you have heartburn and made you dizzy and made you disgusted. We have some really high end cloves, and they're very underrated. I wish I could use them more.
cloves.
I'm gonna go with garlic. So fresh garlic obviously is like number one. Like that's can't use that. Can't replace anything. But really trying the high kind of level of quality for our roasted garlic especially, but our minced garlic is a great substitute, I would say,
Okay.
if you're in a pinch.
Okay. Dream dinner guest.
Dead or
alive.
Okay. Does that have to be famous? Or anybody?
No, anybody. Your dream, bro.
I'll come back. You go first.
Anthony Bourdain.
It's a good one. Tony's a good guy.
You knew that already.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd probably sit down with Marcus Samuelson.
Okay. We can make that happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
a
I
good
remember
dinner
getting
guest.
his book and first into culinary. My chef at the time was like paging through it, showed me all the different stuff that could happen. And at that time, I was just washing dishes. I was like, wait a minute, that's
Yeah.
what we're going to do here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I better
Pretty cool.
get some books and
Pretty cool. Okay. Ross, one kitchen gadget you cannot live without.
Does this count knives? Well,
Your-
obviously
your-
a knife.
Your
I mean,
gadget, bro.
But mandolin after that. Either
Man-
that or a microplane.
mine's microplane for sure.
Microplane would be. That's a.
I'd say it's interchangeable. It definitely depends on the day, but
Yeah, I've done all kinds of shit with a microplane. You can do it.
Yeah. You don't need to cut anything. You just
Yeah.
run it on down.
Yeah. Facts. Okay. First concert you ever attended? Tom.
Metallica,
What year was it?
97, 98,
Where'd you see him at?
Target Center.
It's a good concert.
My Chemical Romance before they got popular again. So long time
Again.
ago, like 25 years ago.
Wow. What'd you see them at?
It's Envy nightclub.
Oh, Intimate. Okay.
I think it was Envy. No, sorry. What's the one on Maplewood? I don't remember the name of it.
Okay. All right. That has been the lightning round. So I have a bonus question though. My bonus question would be if you could bottle up the spice of who you are as an individual, as a person in your life, each individual, what would the carrier ingredient be? And then what would you name it?
I think mine would be very technical and very kind of like rule driven. I think that's how I would represent my culinary background and kind of how I've evolved into a adult. More discipline, more commitment into what I'm supposed to be doing and how to do it. Carrier, like a base
Mhm.
flavor. I kind of like the chili powder that we're making right now. There's 9 different chilies in it, so it's complex, but they all work together. But there's different. They do different things at different times. The name of it, Tom's Blend.
Tom's Blend works.
Big Papa.
Big Papa's Blend.
Big Papa's Blend.
Why
That's my name.
Yes,
Oh.
apparently.
So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the polar opposite of what Tom is. So I'm more of that kind of creative, like kind of shoot from the hip, what are we going to figure out? How we're going to kind of tackle this problem on the fly. So I kind of have more of that, I guess, versatility sometimes, but just kind of more of a creative approach of things. My base ingredient, probably, I'd probably go with like a chili powder as well, because of the same thing as like just the way that it works with things. You can really kind of let it kind of spread free and just do different things.
Okay. And what you calling it? You just can't do Big Papa's blend. Sorry.
It's already
The
taken.
name's taken.
Row Rose Blend.
Rose blend.
Yep.
Okay. I like it. Okay. Please tell all the people watching and listening where they can find and follow you guys for all the things.
Sure. So it's here'sthedeal.co. We're also on Instagram at Here's the Deal Spice. And then we hit up the Minnesota local art fairs, festivals, farmers markets, and the Minnesota State Fair.
Awesome.
Everywhere we try to be.
Yeah.
Try to be everywhere.
Okay. And just for the knowledge being for local people as well, how many stores you guys in currently?
We're in 9 stores currently. We got about 3 or 4 in the works behind the scenes. But landed 9. We had a few before, but they kind of moved different directions.
Got you. And what stores are they?
Oh boy. We got the Argonne Moose up in Hugo. We got
Nicolette's Macaroons.
Nicolette Macaroons.
Grocer's Table.
You want to take this?
No, you deliver to them.
Westside Wines in St. Louis Park. We got a Spring Lake Farm in Prior Lake. We have a Vivrant knife shop in Edina. Definitely a good place to go.
Yeah,
that you want to see the most.
Check out those dudes'
things.
videos. That dude's videos.
Yeah, Vivrant
Great.
is fantastic. What else we got? Probably this Rose and Loon in Rosedale. Big supporters of all Minnesota-made companies. Really likes us, and we really like them. I don't know how they're doing their stuff. Dayton's in Minneapolis in the wintertime. Pimento at down in Minneapolis, and then I think that might run them up. I didn't count. Kathy McIntoon's in St. Bonnie. So we're kind of hitting the kind of outskirts, and then we focus on more of the family-owned mom and pop shops.
Yep.
They are doing the same thing we are.
Yep.
They have a little bit larger platform, but they're also bringing in the smaller companies to actually promote them and really know our story to actually have the conversations with people.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, too, congratulations. So 5 years is a big deal. So I don't know if you've, as you know, I'm sure you do know, a lot of companies don't make it to year 5, especially going through the pandemic. So that's it's a huge feat. So only the sky's the limit for you guys. I'm a fan. I believe in what you guys are doing. You're doing the right things for the right reasons. And I'm all about, doing cool shit with cool people that do all the right things for the sake of just doing the right thing. So kudos to you for that. Follow these guys and get to them and talk to them now, because it's going to come a time when, like, I don't know when's the last time you guys talked to the head of McCormick, but you can't. And so that's pretty soon that's going to be the case. So when you go in to see these guys out at any of the farmers markets or the trade shows, talk to them, get some knowledge, definitely get some tips and tricks, and they'll have it all. And check in with these guys. Follow them. Here's the Deal Spice. And again, that's because of your dad, right? The name of
it is. Yeah, it's stemmed how to get his point across.
Here's the deal. Yeah. It's a very fatherly thing to say. Yeah. It's a very fatherly thing to say. I get it. I totally get it. Okay. Again, this has been the Taste Music Here Food Podcast Show. I'm your host, Ed Porter. Until next time, take care.
Thanks, guys.
I remember that's definitely a fatherly thing. Here's the deal.
MBC. No relation to NBC.